heavyweight men's semifinal matchup coming at you at the 2025 Division III College Championships, live from beautiful Burlington, Washington. The #1 seed Davenport Panthers taking on the 5 seed, the Middlebury Pranksters. Theo Wan here with Danny Proby. Two heavyweight programs, undefeated on the way to get here. How excited are you for this one?
There is an energy with everyone on this field right now. People have been anticipating this matchup for a long time. No one has scored more than double digits on Middlebury, and I think the high score on Davenport is 11. So these teams have been cruising through, and it's going to be an electric battle. Both teams really like throwing big balls and will be electing to do a lot of really highlight plays, but also sitting in their structure play as well.
Davenport 15-11 victory over Elon, the 1 and 2 seeds meeting in quarters. Middlebury getting by the Rochester Piggies 15-6. Looking at this Middlebury side, they got a lefty handler that they rely on. His name is Peter Mans, a captain, a backfield quarterback, someone that's going to be relied upon for this Middlebury side. You see the stat line for him. He's going to be piling up stats and also provides a lot of stability in their backfield.
Also on the Davenport Panthers, we have Jacob Felton, 4 goals, 22 assists, 2 blocks. Everything seems to run through Felton. No matter where you are on the field, you're open when he has the disc. #2 overall with assists for the entire tournament.
And with Jude Schmiesing, Franciscan, he has 1 more game left as well. But Felton has a chance to catch him on the leaderboard here. And you talk about the energy, we can feel it. It's palpable right now from the sidelines. I really cannot hear my thoughts because of how loud these two sidelines are in front of us, Danny. This is going to be exciting.
Yeah, we're starting to see a little bit of a crowd generate around the area. Both sidelines are chanting and cheering. This is an absolute vibe. This is grassroots. This is what we love. This is old school Ultimate here at D3 Nationals.
Sarasota, Florida-esque. You remember those USAU club days when everyone just packed the sidelines? Middlebury starting out on defense. They're coming out in the dark jerseys. Lewis, Duville, Bodwin set to pull. These two teams, have only met 1 time. That was in pool play last year. Middlebury was victorious 15-8. This Davenport team continued to battle. Lost in quarters in a very epic battle where they were up late against Oklahoma Christian, unable to secure the victory. But that was just their first year in the program. Now they're back for a second year. They're one of the top-ranked teams, not just in D3, in Division I as well. They've taken on a lot of competition. They have a victory over a Division I qualifier in Wash U Contra. So Davenport ready to step up here. Their first ever semifinals appearance. I mean, a second-year program, you're going to make a lot of history as you move along.
This couldn't be a more electric battle. You have the scholarship program team. They train constantly. But then this Middlebury team has been working together so hard all year as well. They've added a coach as well. So both teams are locked and loaded and ready to make a deep run.
Hannah Baranis, having joined the team at conferences, was not with them all year, but has really helped with some strategic knowledge. Also calling the lines, taking some of the load off some of those captains after play as well. Colin Hill, the transfer from Barry College, going to be on this O-line as a disc now in the hands of Rowan Jameson. Now the player to watch, Jacob Felton, has Jameson going deep. Instead, going to go with a reset to Cale Peterson. Bill finds Alex Ballantyne. He'll play both ways. Felton with the fake. Forcing backhand right now with the pranks. There's a hammer from Felton and a snag. Huge grab from Alex Ballantyne to get the semifinal going. Wow.
That was a crazy grab, and that did not disappoint. We said this was going to be an amazing game. We said that they're going to make big plays all over the field, and we are starting. We're already cooking here.
Ballantyne coming by way of Appalachian State, the Callahan nominee last year, coming through with the snag. It's 1-0.
really did like the defensive pressure that Middlebury was playing there. They were, as soon as the stall count was getting a little bit higher, they were a little bit more wrapped. Those resets were not getting open on that side. So Felton electing to throw that hammer. Know thy receiver. I mean, there's a couple receivers in the area, but they came down with it. I think if you're Middlebury in this circumstance and that is how the first hold goes, you might be feeling pretty good about your defensive pressure there.
A team that's been here many a time, winning a title back in 2019 as well. Last year came 5th, lost in quarters. And they've already bested that finish by being in semis here today. But of course, hunting for more as we get a first look at their offensive line. Gear Hartle is going to quarterback this offense. In Callahan country right now is Middlebury. That's where they're sitting in Hartle. Finds Mans. Southpaw from Minnesota getting things over to Charlie Harder. Mans up the line on Creed. Unloading the backhand. Looking for Oscar to Swan Aarons. Two-hand grab just outside the end zone. And flips it in to Gavin Rice for the hold.
Again, the fans are going wild out here. The players are going wild out here. You get defensive pressure right away off that pole, but players are here to ball out.
That's a Pranksters score. We're all tied up at 1.
The Pranksters, they're used to this stage. Second 2 years ago. Second in 2021 as well. So they're used to this. Of course, someone that hasn't been used to it is the person who threw that assist, Oscar DeSwan Aarons, a rookie on this team, has slotted really well into their offensive line. Really gonna be impressed with his poise right here as he gets in the camera. Number 14 in dark, keep an eye out for him.
Now the whole vibe of the Pranksters is free-flowing, fun, loving each other, trusting each other, and when you see a throw go up like that, you know there's full trust in their receivers.
A big thing with an established program like Middlebury is that alumni presence. You see that right now, the fans really cheering for this Middlebury side. DeVille Baudouin set to pull once again. Something the Pranksters have is a lot of southpaws in their rotation. Mans and DeVille Baudouin headlining that crew. Pull going out of bounds means Colin Hill's going to bring it up. Hill going to have to deal with a potential, looks like person matchup. Peterson, first year on the team, coming by way of Manitoba in Canada. And speaking of another Canadian, that's Rowan Jameson with the disc, working against Vincent Sullivan. Peterson over to Hill. Davenport looking to go out on the move, looking for Felton. Felton, full extension for the score. They get the hold.
Normally we see Felton on the throwing end of that, but he's on the receiving end. Does a nice little swan dive for the emphasis on the goal. The crowd here loves it, absolutely loves it.
Davenport 2, Middlebury 1.
So even though it's been 3 holds in a row, these plays are not boring. We're popping that disc up. We're allowing for people to make big plays, keep this exciting.
Hill rocking the red hair as well. We've seen that throughout this tournament, Danny. Players rocking the hairstyle of their team colors. We love that unity and cohesion out here.
You need that full commitment, full buy-in. Sometimes it's a dare or you lose a bet and then you gotta dye your hair, but maybe they just love their team.
Hartle's back out there with this standard offensive line. As we have A.J. Porter making his way from via Rowan College, set to pull. You see a lot of transfer students that will come over, perhaps for grad school, of course. The dream is to get a first year, a freshman that you can build over the next 4 years. Deep pull once again. This is what Middlebury had to deal with their first time on offense. Nadav Melamed working with Hartle. Melamed still open, and Hartle telling him to cut under. But instead it's a pass to Gavin Rice. And a drop from Ned Cutler. Good attempt, but a break opportunity for Davenport. First turnover of the contest comes in the 4th point of the game. This is for either side. There's been a turnover. This is the first one, but a layout block from Peter Mans. We talked about his offense, but see that defensive explosion as well. Carter has hit his defender on the ground. Drawing some boos from the crowd, but looks like it's uncontested.
Hey, you're tight, all right? Yeah, walk out here, walk out.
We're going to install 3 mans, finding Harder. Hartle finding Mans. See the mark try to slide over here. Hartle, nice juke move to get the goal up line.
All right, all holds here so far, but that was the first dirty hold we've seen so far in this game. A turn apiece, still on serve. We get a good look at the drop here, just a little bit low, and then the immediate layout block.
Mans basically baited that throw, it looks like. He was hunting for that block.
And then punching it in. Interesting that all of the goals have been scored on this upwind side. It's definitely different than what we were seeing in some of the earlier games.
The longest qualification streak in D3 men's belongs to this Middlebury side. This is an illustrious program. Mans, a veteran now, has been a part of it now for 3 years. An all-region player of the New England region, Going to be back out here for defense. And the crowd really firmly on this Middlebury side right now.
Getting humped up, bumped up.
A lot of pink in the stands. Great pull catch. Getting the offense moving. An underrated skill, Danny, that we've talked about.
It's a thankless job, really.
It only gets noticed if you drop it, but it helps really kickstart your offense. Gives you that extra second or two before the defense sets in. Felton. This throw's gonna hang. Bevy of defenders. Will it stay in bounds? It will not. So that is the first turnover for the Davenport offense. Odila had a turnover on the previous point.
Very, very strong pressure by Middlebury there.
Rogers going up the line. It's a reset over to DeVille Bodwin. Rory Dahl, quick movement here. Ping pong action from the Pranksters. And Felton.
Little snuggle.
Yeah, that draws a lot of boos from the crowd. Team Orange right on it.
There are times where you're maybe about to hit somebody, and then instead of hitting them, you just kind of need to hug them so you don't actually make that like firm contact. And it can seem a little egregious, but it's often the safer play to make.
Swan Aarons on the under. Nice inside shot finding Melamed. Melamed inside. Perhaps a little too hot for DeVille Bodwin. Great chance averted, at least for right now. Felton finding Peterson. Now it's in the hands of Colin Hill, evading the bidding attempt of Melamed. See if Hill tries to take that matchup now. Melamed had to lay out. Dyer. And now it's Felton looking for Jameson. A bobble and then a block from Middlebury. Aiden DiLorenzo.
I don't know if this was intentional, but the force was backhand, but then as soon as Felton got it, it felt like it switched. It didn't look like a traditional force middle. I'm not sure if the force was just wrong, but regardless, they got the disc.
DeVille Bodwin now looking for DeSwan Aarons, but it's Dyer who's going to get the block with his foot.
You gotta get those stats.
Felton, a little inside move over to Peterson. No one going deep for that cut though. Around looking for Felton, but the pressure from Max Rogers. Their Donovan nominee and Donovan finalist getting involved. Number 2 in dark. Peter Mans walking up to the disc. That's the 3rd turnover for Davenport on this point alone. Mans. Inside to LDB. That's Louis DeVille Bodwin, otherwise known as LDB. We're going to call him throughout this broadcast. Getting the disc. LDB. Finding his teammate. That's Max Rogers. Bookends for Rogers as they get the break.
You can see the pressure that Middlebury is putting on is just on another level to Davenport's right now. I know Davenport comes in as the number 1 seed. There's a lot of pressure that they have to be dealing with, the target on their back. This Middlebury team is bringing all of the heat right now.
How do you, as the coaching staff, Mike Zagman, Melissa Whitmer, how do you deal with that when the crowd, well, at least most of it, concentrated on this Middlebury side?
A lot of the times, I mean, Davenport is technically the number 1 seed, so they are not the underdog. In this circumstance, Middlebury is the underdog, but when you're having the fans cheering, not necessarily against you, but not for you, you become the underdog in this situation. So now we do have Davenport going downwind for their offensive set. We started with a bunch of upwind holds and then finally a downwind break. So definitely curious to see what defensive set Middlebury comes out with. I know that they have been experimenting with a lot of different defensive looks. They used to just be all about their person grindy D, but now they've been doing a lot more team defense. And so we'll expect to see a little bit of helping, some switching, maybe some force middle.
They also identified they might want to change the force a little bit too, moving over to backhand, which we've seen now, even now on this point. A little 25 versus 25 matchup with LDB and Colin Hill. Dyer opening up the arm, looking for Felton. Rogers is there. And helping on the backside is Jasper Piercy-Kahn. He's going to walk it up to the line, being marked by Alex Ballantyne. Some discussion to be had, though, as play is now halted.
So, not need to have a defensive check on the disc because the disc is in play. So what stall did he reach? Okay, so coming and staying 3.
DeVille Bodwin now. Former U20 USA member getting things forward to Aiden DiLorenzo. Continuing to the break side. LDB gets the goal. That's 3 straight for Middlebury.
Everyone is absolutely pumped up right now, except Davenport. Definitely not dealing with the defensive pressure of this Middlebury squad very well. I know that's a really big thing that they've been focusing on. You could see that first defensive set. They had really tough marks on. Their cutters were really disconnected, and all of the Middlebury defenders were able to kind of camp under and share checks and force this puck turnover, and eventually they punched in on the upwind side.
We do have a timeout on the field. Davenport have taken
Rogers finding DeVille Bodwin. And that's 3 consecutive goals, 2 breaks for Middlebury as the Davenport Panthers choosing to call a timeout right now, trying to settle the ship a little bit. Coaching staff knows there is some pressure being the number 1 seed and having to deal with perhaps some of the fan favorite pranksters as well. So just a quick reset for this Davenport side, the team from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
They have been working on their mental game. Like they're in the gym training, they're practicing, they're doing so much video work, but mental training has been a really big part of their game. They do a lot of visualization, and one thing that they said that I like, that I think is an underutilized skill, is actually visualizing or envisioning being down in a tight game and how to get back out of that. So a lot of times people will envision like the good moments, they'll visualize having success, but you also need to visualize how you respond when things aren't quite going your way. And this is college ultimate. Things are going to go up and down, they're going to be all over the place. So if Davenport can stay mentally checked into this and keep Middlebury's momentum at bay, they're going to have a much better time coming out of this little bit of a break train.
Dyer, Peterson, Hill, Ballantyne, Jameson, Creed are on the field, as well as Noah Shade, the Romanian national team member. So a couple D-line players crossing over for Davenport right now, trying to perhaps give it a little different look on offense. No Felton on the field currently for Davenport.
Sometimes when you have a player like Felton, they almost look to them too much and they stop playing in system. You see they're trying to force throws to him deep, so maybe having him not on the field will settle him down. They'll use all 7 players.
I don't know if that pull actually hit Peterson. He's going to take it off the back line and trying to work quickly. Creed, nice athletic grab. He's going to put up a backhand looking for a fellow Canadian, Jameson. But coming through is Jory Dahl. Good help defense. Mans was in coverage, but it was Dahl who got involved, helping on the back end. LDB getting things over to Dahl. Dahl airing this one out. Creed bats it to Melamed, but Melamed couldn't catch it. That could have been a wild sequence of events.
The play of the year if that is caught. Incredible block, incredible, like, almost able to get on that second effort. You see the fans loving it, getting a front row seat here.
Grassroots, like you said, back to the roots out here. Peterson needs a reset. Stall count rising. Miscommunication. Mans finds LDB. It's 5-2.
Devastating, absolutely devastating. This pressure on defense, I cannot talk about it enough. Middlebury's pressure, Davenport can't even breathe out here with this pressure. They're hyped up, the fans are loving it, all these teams are cheering for them. Why do you think that is?
This happened, I called the Middlebury-Oklahoma Christian game a couple years ago in 2022 in Wisconsin. And the crowd was firmly on this Middlebury side. And seemingly the same in this contest. Some discussion, of course, with scholarship program in D3. There's an article in the Wall Street Journal, if you get behind the paywall, you can check that out, about scholarships in Ultimate. But certainly that could be a reason. Of course, naturally as the #1 seed, you're gonna have a target on your back as well.
We're getting the fans again, keeping everyone engaged. I've seen so many times whenever there is a big fan base, like maybe your sister or brother program is cheering for you, you have big parent support, it's almost worth a couple points in itself. That momentum, whenever you make a big play and everyone goes hype for you, really can help the defense especially, and we're seeing Middlebury's defense really being all over Davenport right now. We have a timeout here on the field, allowing Davenport to regroup, allowing Middlebury to bring out their D-line again.
Three straight breaks for Middlebury, 4 straight points total. Timeout was called by Middlebury on this big electric run. Anna Baran is talking to that D squad right now. Middlebury known for their jovial nature, of course, player-led, but they switched things up here, but they still got the dancing going. That program identity still in tow. The question is, a team is up like this, right, Danny? They're up 3 points. They're dancing. What's going to happen if Davenport hits back a little bit? Is that dancing still going to continue?
I mean, I bet it won't, but it should. Whenever you see a team unfazed when they go down or when things aren't working their way and they're still up, they're still hype, you still hear them chanting and cheering, it can kind of get in the head and it can actually slow down momentum.
Tyler Shanahan previously playing out here in the Pacific Northwest with Whitman, sending it over to Colin Hill. A lot of transfers on this team, as we've talked about. Cale Peterson, a true rookie though, first-year student. Just got rid of the disc, and now it's back with Felton. Swan Aaron's locking up Peterson at the front of the stack and see if there's a continuation cut off of it. It's into the hands of Dyer. Looking like a forced middle from this Middlebury side. Danny loves to see it as Hill looking deep. And that will work out. Finds Noah Shade.
Very nice throw. I've seen a lot of throws going that exact direction to that exact corner, sail out the sideline. We see it taking a little bit of time, taking a little bit off of that throw, giving it enough edge that it can just carve out through the wind and sit in that back corner. Beautiful execution. So that, I feel like, should bring a little bit of calm. You see that extra second to take that beautiful shot, undefended, incredible. So Davenport fans, you can take a breath, got that hold, and they just got to get their D-line all pumped up, all hyped up so they can get a break back.
Hill's no stranger to the big dance out here, playing for Barrie in the past. Two-time second-team All-American in the D3 men's division. Using a final year to go play here with Davenport. Joined this squad, and we asked them about how they do the recruiting. A lot of it is the coaches reaching out, but certainly with some of the vibrant social media presence they have, I'm sure a lot of people, as they see these broadcasts, will be knocking on the door trying to join the Panthers.
Absolutely. Shout out Kai Creed for his Instagram. He does a lot of social media stories, so if you want to find out a little bit more about Davenport, he posts about it a lot, about his training regimen. It's pretty cool. Shout out.
Social media is not where you win games, but perhaps can help with recruiting. We see that in other sports as well. As Mann's going with the hammer over the top. Very open Ned Cutler. Now Gavin Rice. Mann's fighting harder. And that was pretty smooth offense from the Pranksters' side.
With the exception of maybe one pass, I don't think they held on to the disc for more than a stall and a half. It's pretty hard to play lockdown defense when you're just feeling like you're just trying to catch up and catch your breath the whole point. So a great response by Middlebury after Davenport was able to stop the bleeding, so to speak, and get their hold back. Middlebury just responds with what they were kind of, you know, their mannerisms and their body language out there, like after that point, like what, like it's hard? That kind of vibe.
They're definitely playing pretty loose right now, I will say. And I think that helps a lot of teams. You know, a lot of teams, if you come in tight, often that leads to some errors. And perhaps I see the difference in body language between Middlebury and Davenport right now.
100%. I don't think Davenport was necessarily expecting to be in this position at this point. I don't think that this is something they were prepared for. And even though you can visualize your way into these spots, but sometimes you can just see the body language on the sideline. They're very, very quiet. Speaking of not being quiet, we got these Middlebury players on the sideline going crazy.
It's a great atmosphere for the players, regardless of the result. Something they'll remember for the rest of their lives. Playing in front of this audience at the Skagit River Sports Complex. Tyler Shanahan had in power position as they deal with this forced middle defense once again. Noah Shade, who's crossed over, played a lot of O now, primarily starting on the D-line. pressure from DeVille Bodwin results in a turnover for Davenport. Good pressure, but LDB up to the task. Finds Jory Dahl. Inside move. Now it's DeVille Bodwin once again. Trying to draw a foul on Hill. Play's going to continue. That was an open catch that was dropped by Di Lorenzo.
Too casual on that catch. With the way that the wind is gusting right now, if you can catch with two hands, people, please catch with two hands. Pancake if you can. I think the defender was not close enough to be able to need to attack the disc like that.
Some contact there from Malamed on Shade. But possession will continue for Davenport. Felton finding Peterson. Had to bobble it, but retains possession. Perhaps things go a little too quickly for Davenport. Felton going with a huge flick break, finding Rowan Jameson. Was that caught? It was.
Sometimes all it takes is one play like that from Jameson to get your team back in the game, feeling hyped up. Sometimes good shutdown Team D, sure, that's great too. But look at this play, look at this catch. If you are on Davenport, you are fired up by that. You're gonna be coming out on D, ready to get a block, sick throw as well.
That was a backhand force, is what that was.
To be able to maintain possession of that disc through that ground contact is also not an easy feat.
Was on the U20 open side along with Kai Creed winning a bronze medal last summer was Rowan Jameson. Stepped in, slotted in nicely last year as a rookie. Has a bright career ahead for Davenport. As we get a look right back now at the Middlebury offense. A little fun on the sidelines as well from the Prankster side.
I feel like with the team named Pranksters, you can't be like a normal, chill team. You gotta be a little wild, you gotta be a little weird.
It's part of their nature. A lot of traffic in the area looking for Mans, but good poach block. John Newman getting involved. This is only the second break chance for Davenport in this game. Can they get through that door right now, finding Creed? Creed looking for Ballantyne. Take it away, second effort. Rice is there.
You could see the vision, you could see the player, like they had a little bit of separation there, but I would just like Davenport to value this disc a little bit more than they are. They have only had so many break chances, as you said, too. They really need to value it and make sure that all of their throws, they're hitting their receivers, running at them and not away from them.
I was here. Is my foot moving from there?
Okay, yeah, the observer was that. Oh, are you claiming that your foot moved, but you're asking whether it affected the play?
No, I'm saying my foot. I don't think my foot moved.
Okay. The observer ruling is that there was no travel here. So we have one continuation. You are able to contest a travel, even without observers. It won't really do much, but the stall won't go in higher than 6.
Nice little dab up there.
This will advance.
Hartle opening up the arm, looking for DeSwan Aarons. Trying to hop it in, he's not in just yet. Finds Mans.
Big missed opportunity there for Davenport with the disc in the red zone, right outside the end zone. Frustration is likely building with their squad. And the frustration is not building with Middlebury. They feeling themselves right now. Another look at this throw. Like understand why you would want to throw that, but I almost would rather like a fake and then a cut back too, or just work in the break side or something. Just keep it really, really simple. Love that bid attempt as well. It's that doesn't have to be hard, it's that easy celebration. So we'll see what Middlebury does here for defense. It seems like that force middle sequence is really working well against Davenport. I don't love Davenport's vertical specifically against this force middle. It is kind of really congested. I'm finding that they're not having a great time moving it with their handlers because the reset defense is really tight. Maybe working more ISO sets or in a horizontal stack would help them, or even split. But we'll see if they make that adjustment.
Shanahan, discus centered to him, continuing to go out on this vertical stack. Felton rises. Dyer turning around from his deep cut, and instead it's Hill entering that space. And a great throw from who else but Jacob Felton.
So force middle set again, but because they were able to hit Felton onto that break side, they now had a wide open flick huck to two receivers unguarded on that space.
Talking with the Davenport coaches, they noted an ability to come back, showing some resolve. They talk about their Washington victory, WashU I should say. And so they're used to perhaps some of this adversity. They're gonna have to rise through that right now, down a couple points. Middlebury looking to take half as Felton unleashing an absolute cannon.
So Davenport seemingly a little bit more settled, also getting some break opportunities here. So hopefully we can maybe get a couple breaks back, because I think that tie games are like universe games are a privilege, and it would be such a privilege to have a game like that with the crowd the way it is, the weather we've got right now. I'm not wishing for it necessarily, I'm not allowed to do that, but if I were, that's what I'd want.
Curious right now that Davenport, sometimes often in this spot you see a team call a timeout. They're electing not to do so here. Just trying to generate that pressure perhaps organically with their D-line. Jamison with the pull. There's an offsides call, so that will give some extra yardage for Middlebury. They'll get things going with Hartle, finding Mans. Hartle tried to make the catch, but it's taken away. Big block by Uriah Herney.
And a timeout call here. I mean, you know what I'm going to say, Theo.
You're not a fan of it?
I'm not a fan of it. That's all right. That's all right. I just feel like you've got all this momentum. You've kind of got Middlebury a little bit on their heels after that play, like a centering pass, reset, block. We're going to get another look at it here. Two different angles, sick block. You kind of have them on their heels a little bit in this moment. If I were Kai Creed, I would just be striking for that end zone and trying to make that happen.
Herney making his way to Grand Rapids, Michigan by way of Slovakia. An international addition to this squad. They got players from Canada, Jamaica as well, and Romania, Noah Shade.
Seeing a little bit of a different energy from Davenport right now. You know, you're kind of looking at the people in the timeout. They're quite focused on what they're going to be doing, but the sideline is going crazy. They're cheering, they're dancing. You know, if the actual fans out here are not going to be cheering for them, they're going to be cheering for themselves.
Valentine to bring it up. Just a smidge past midfield, it looks like, in the attacking territory.
Alex Valentine with the disc out of the Panthers timeout.
Looking to see who's going to set the mark. It's going to be Ned Cutler.
Ned Cutler on the mark for the Pranksters.
Backhand force. Creed going out of the stack. What a trailing edge grab from Shade to keep things alive. Great concentration. Finds Creed. Can't miss him with the cheetah print hair. Nice flick around to Ballantyne. Inside to Jamison. Not in the end zone just yet. Creed around looking for Jamison. And that's the first break of the game for Davenport.
You know, as a fellow Canadian, Theo, we love the little Canada to Canada connection there on the Davenport break.
They played together internationally and doing so here in college. Middlebury, how are they going to respond? The fans are pumping them up here, but that was a huge momentum booster. They called the timeout. They got the score. That's what you need if you're a Panthers fan in the audience or here in the live crowd.
Definitely sensing a big energy shift. We have another timeout called. People are recognizing the importance of this moment. We're a 1-point game, even though it isn't. We still have Middlebury up breaks, but a 1-point game feels a lot closer than what it was at before.
Just needing a mental reset, perhaps, for this Middlebury side. Both teams out of timeouts. Now, you can't take it into the bank with you, so you might want to use them, especially with a huge momentum shift like that was with that break. Middlebury trying to take half. They're up 7-6. He's been a big part of this Davenport offense, but he's out here on defensive line right now as they're trying to even this game up. Big pull coming as Middlebury and Davenport locked in a huge heavyweight titanic battle in this men's semifinal. Hartle gonna walk it up. Now in demands. That's making Creed go to the ground. Inside shot to Oscar DeSwan-Aarons. Coming from the stack is Hartle. Now Gavin Rice. DeVille Bodwin is out on this offensive point, been mostly playing defense this game. Oh, really moving the mark with his fakes here. DeVille Bodwin finding a very open Oscar DeSwan-Aarons as they take half.
Now, we did see a little bit of a forced middle look there from Davenport as well. So both of these teams recognizing the importance of kind of keeping the disc in the middle, kind of gumming up the middle of the field and making it a little bit muckier to kind of work their normal offensive systems.
Our score, Middlebury Pranksters 8, Panthers 6. Time is 7 minutes after, everybody.
Middlebury taking half here as they're up 8-6. Halftime scenes here as the number 1 seed, the Davenport Panthers, find themselves down 8-6 right now at this break, joined by one of their coaches, Melissa Whitmer. Melissa, thank you for being with us here at halftime for a quick interview. And your team went down 5-2 early in this contest. What was the key to kind of bring that back and put the scoreline to where it is now?
I think there's no secret. I think it's just, we're a team that's been in this position before. We do really well when we're in this position. I don't know why we tend to start this way, but, we have full faith in our D-line to bring it back. We have full faith in our O-line to kind of make holes when we need them. This is how we play, and I think we still feel like we are, in control. So we're still in control of our destiny, and we're, ready for the second half.
Now, Middlebury was doing a forced middle set on you in your vertical stack. Have you talked about any adjustments and any of those timeouts about how to navigate that defensive scheme?
I think, I think really the challenge with our O-line right now is just we're a little bit antsy, making some shots that we know that we don't necessarily need to take. So it's just about kind of calming down a little bit and getting back to control of ourselves.
And then going into this half, is there any messaging in terms of a mental reset? We talked a lot before the game about some of that mental conditioning that you've done with your team. What's the message there?
I'm confident in my boys. I mean, their mental game is strong. I think they're good. They know what to do. And we knew this was going to be a game. We're excited by this game. We're excited to have this real challenge. I know we are kind of coming in heavily favored, but that's, mostly your guys' reporting. We just think of we knew this was going to be a tough game. I knew as soon as I saw the schedule that we would see Middlebury here in the semifinals. So we've been excited for it. We are excited for it. We're excited to have a game. And I think my guys play really well under pressure. So we're excited to do the second half. This is what we're here for.
We're looking forward to it as well. We'll let you go and join your team. And thank you for being with us, and good luck.
All right, thanks.
What furious action here in this first half. A lot of great individual performances to speak of, and a couple big handler blocks as well that we saw in this half. Max Rogers getting involved there for a score. That's one of the breaks for Middlebury. As we talked about in the interview, they went up 5-2 at one point. And Rogers was a big part of that, throwing an assist and a goal. Davenport doing a great job with some handler defense as well. And trying to find their breaks back in return. And so the scoreline is 8-6. They were down, like I said, 5-2 at one point. So brought it back within 2. And Oscar DeSwan-Aarons was quite open on that final score to take it to half here as we get a look at the game stats. More break chances for Middlebury, and they've cashed in 3 breaks to 1 compared to Davenport, and they're also going to be able to get the disc in the second half here. Joined by one of the players of Middlebury, that's Vincent Sullivan. Vincent, thank you for joining us. And you took half here. You got the huge crowd. Just speak about that. I saw the dance party, and now you got the crowd throughout this first half behind you. Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, we have the women's team, and we have a lot of alumni watching, and it's just a great environment. It's the prankster culture. You're always a prankster, and when they come out and show support, it's always wonderful. We're on the sideline for the women's team, and they're on the sideline for us, and just going crazy, having a blast, dancing around the half. It's great.
After going down 2-1, you scored 4 straight, including 3 breaks. What was the key defensively to spark that run?
I mean, really, it's just staying true to our defense. We trust Hannah, we trust our systems, we trust our personnel, and we're confident we can rattle off those breaks.
Now, going to the second half, has any messaging changed, or you just kind of keep with that pranksters culture as you try to ride into the final here?
We're staying true to our identity in the second half. We love our team, we love each other, and it's just faith in your teammates.
All right, last question for you. Chance to give a message to perhaps those that are from Middlebury, Vermont that aren't here. What do you want to say to them?
Hi guys, thanks for watching. We're having a blast out here. Look at Jasper over there. Turn the camera to Jasper. He's handsome, easy to look at.
Sounds good. Thank you for your time. Wish you the best of luck in the second half.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Once again, our halftime score here in this men's semifinal match.
Davenport going to come out on defense here.
Davenport
Melissa
Panthers
Whitmer
6,
very confident in her team, knowing that they've been in this spot in the past. They're trying to gut out what would be a gutsy victory, down 8-6 and on defense to start.
They even said it earlier that she said she was very confident in their D-line to be able to get them back out of any kind of deficits they get themselves into. And the whole team having that belief is extremely important. Having been punched in the face in the season, having been down, come back and get a good look at the goose. Oh, love that. Love to see it. So this Davenport team is not going to roll over without a fight.
Some teams, they can embrace that identity where the crowd is perhaps not on your side. If they aren't, you kind of just have to embrace it and take that on. And so we'll see if they continue to rise to that as this game progresses. Hartle working against the long mark of Creed. Harder keeping possession for Middlebury. Great pressure there from Connor Concannon. Great layout attempt, but Deswan Aarons will make the catch.
Davenport definitely experimenting with a little bit of an open side slough and approach at the beginning to try to muck everything up.
Seeing a couple players as well that haven't got as much burn coming out, so perhaps trying to use some depth to generate a break. Man's looking deep for Deswan Aarons. Layered attempt coming up just empty. Mere inches away from bringing that in with two hands.
Back on the end zone look. Disc over to the Panthers on the turn.
Davenport calmly walking the disc up to the front line, knowing the importance of this break opportunity.
Really taking their time too, I might add.
That's what I'm saying.
Looking deep for Creed. Hartle in coverage. Kai Creed trying to make a huge athletic play. And coming down perhaps with an injury as well.
Looked like their legs got a little bit tangled up when they hit the ground. Definitely would be a tough loss if Creed is not able to finish this game.
Trying to go backwards, making that catch was Kai Creed. Having some discussions with Garrett Hartle as he tumbles back down to the grass.
Creed is a tough kid as well. Seen him lay out directly into soccer posts before. He will do anything to get the disc.
See it, Charlie! See it, Charlie!
Hush went over the crowd as that happened, so appreciate the respect all the sides are giving.
That's a break for half!
Valentine, I think, is going to come in for Creed as he's helped off the field. And he still looks like he's discussing a foul call with Hartle. So before he fully exits the field, I think they're going to have a discussion.
Okay, so I'm just pause for a second. So you're saying two separate things? You're saying foul, you're also saying dangerous play?
I'm trying to play dangerous, but
Sure.
I think it was foul.
Okay.
I had the disc in my hand. I was going up, and I just felt like you just came through me there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think that the lens is super hard.
Yeah.
I agree. But I think I had a pretty clear view from before I was touching you of the disc out of your hands, and then totally, I'm sorry, I did fully land on you, but I think that was a product of us both just trying to find the disc above us. But I don't think that I had any contact with you.
What the thing is, what you landed on was my leg as I was trying to go. Like the thing that took me out was my stepping on my foot, which I think is like clipped. But as I went up for the disc, I'm not calling a strip because I don't think I had possession, but I'm calling a foul because.
I disagree. I would like to go together.
Okay, give us 1 second. So. you're calling foul. You're bringing the call to us, correct? The observer ruling, no foul. Okay. So,
Creed coming off the field as it was
Middlebury is
not
also
a
subbing.
foul.
So, yep. So once they're there and once they're set, play restarts with your check on the ground to restart play. 20 seconds for you or anyone on your team to pick up the disc, bring it to line, check on the line.
Cutler coming off the field as Duville Bodwin coming in his stead. So Ballantyne in for Davenport, LDB in for Middlebury off of this stoppage. This is a Middlebury offensive point, the first one out of half. Hartle trying to shake off his leg a little bit too. Played his youth ultimate out of the Boston area with Buddha. And he's going to take an injury now as he tried to attempt to play through it. So who's going to come in for Hartle? It's going to be Max Rogers. And Jameson going to come in as well to set the mark on Rice. Block coming through for Davenport. John Newman. He's pumped up. This is the second break opportunity here for Davenport on this point. Porter. Finding shade and now in the hands of Jameson. Cross field too high for Ballantyne. Mann's bringing it up. Marked by Jameson, who recently subbed in. There was like a double sub happening around. Finding LDB, who also subbed in. Malamed airing out the backhand. DeSwan Aarons coming out of nowhere to make that grab. And he'll throw the assist, finding Max Rogers. What a sequence of events. DeSwan Aarons. They didn't really see him. He came out of nowhere. Definitely not the intended target. But the freshman making a play. Swooping in. Heads up play. Experience beyond his years, as we've been told before this contest. Very open Max Rogers. That often happens when there's a bit of chaos off of a catch like that. Coach Hannah Baranis talking about that. You might have thought he was a senior by the way he's playing, but DeSwan Aarons actually only a freshman.
On the pull for the Pranksters.
Pull going up. Davenport back out on offense. That one had a few stoppages. And now it's going to be Tyler Shanahan walking it up. Dyer working against Jory Dahl. Two long players going at it. It's a low throw picked up by Hill. Duville Bodwin continues to be on the Hill matchup. 25 versus 25. High stall situation is going to work out Ballantyne. But there's a stall call back at the throw.
Yeah, see you later. Here we go.
think Chia tells us what the stall is. I really think I got there.
Well, I think it was fixed. I think it was fixed. So,
Can we go to you for this, or did you have a good year on it?
Yeah, I heard. So do you want to play it as contest, or do you want to bring it to me?
Let's play this contest.
Okay, so we have a contested stall. Comes in, stalling 8.
We have a contested stall. Possession staying with the Panthers. Disco.
Stall coming in on 8 here with Hill retaining the disc. Shanahan is his reset, but Di Lorenzo is the handler cover. Where is Hill going to go here? And always curious where the players line themselves up after a stoppage like that.
It's usually not in the same place they were when it happened.
Hill going to go with the backhand again. Dyer is there. Spinning around, finding Felton. Almost a layout attempt, but Ballantyne is there. Still in the red zone are the Panthers. Peterson. Trying to be calm and collected right now. That throw's hanging, but Peterson is there. Perhaps not the throw when Felton watches his back. I think he might have wanted to go with just a direct flick, but it pops up. Peterson up to the task, and they get the hold.
We're seeing a lot of bid attempts. We're seeing a lot of pressure D, trying to bait blocks out here. These athletes are fighting tooth and nail. Incredible. I want to talk a little bit about that call from the play before, from the point before, where there was a foul and they were kind of tangled up. And I want to just acknowledge that from the booth here and from home with slow motion plays and everything like that, we can see it at different angles. It's easy for us to judge a decision. So we're going to see it again. It's easy for us to judge a decision like this when you make a call, but it's a split second. It's like milliseconds where this is happening for the athletes. And so knowing that they don't necessarily have all the benefit of all these beautiful angles that we can provide for you at Ultiworld, making those calls can be really difficult. So it's not necessarily that the person is trying to, use the rules to their advantage. It's just the product of everything happening really, really fast. So assuming best intentions.
Felton spinning around with the pole. And I like that Felton's out on defense. We have seen it mostly on offense here, but see if we can jumpstart, if they can get a turnover. Javille Baudouin also out on offense. That throw was tipped, and it's still going to be caught by Cutler, then bobbled, and then dropped.
I love College Ultimate.
It was said earlier in the Discord chat, if you don't like this, you don't like D3 Ultimate. That is true right now. Back and forth action coming at you. And just like that, a big hawk. Dyer tried to elevate, but Rice going up with him. LDB was also on the back end.
I think that was a pretty good read. I feel like that was read really well. Well-timed jump. It kind of looked like it just skipped over their hand.
Felton taking injury sub all the way back at the throw.
Is Middlebury subbing?
It's going to be Ballantyne who's coming in.
Okay. All right, we're live. 20 seconds.
Middlebury retains possession. This is an offensive point for them. Start on the offense in the half. Out of half, excuse me. Gavin Rice looking for DeSwan Aarons. Batted but caught. Connor Concannon was there. And then an actual D there for Davenport. Alex Ballantyne would come in for Felton, making an impact.
You can only get lucky for so long. A lot of times the disc pops up and you're able to kind of collect that double effort. It can only happen so many times.
Only walk the tightrope for so long is what they say. Big fake coming. Instead, it's over to Ballantyne. Ballantyne's throw gonna sail way out of bounds. A nice catch from one of the fans out in the crowd.
Didn't spill a single morsel of food, and we like that. So definitely overcooked on these throws. These athletes are just feeling the pressure of the moment, and you just need to take that extra second to breathe a little bit.
Man's walking up the disc. Noticing Gear Hartle, one of the handlers on this team, he's currently seated on the sidelines. See if he gets back in this contest. He's a big part of their offensive grouping. Man's drawing a defender onto the ground. Deville Bodwin finds Rice even though Dyer was there. Middlebury's offense out on the move. Here, Chile calls from the sideline. Are they going to adhere to that as they're in the end zone set? Cutler. As Deville Bodwin going up the line. Did he retain possession on the catch? He did. 10-7.
I'd like to see a little bit more awareness from these marks. They're not exactly shoulder checking and seeing what's happening around them. So the mark really, in my opinion, should have dropped off to help. Seeing that person, that somebody's going completely open up line to be able to stop that, at least even just shift the mark a little bit would have helped prevent the easy score. I mean, not an easy score because the throw ended up being a little low, but an open up line throw, you got to get a little bit of help from your teammate. Waving home for the families watching. Middlebury up 3. Theo, as a college coach yourself.
Soon to be.
Well, you got hired, correct? So you're technically a coach already?
I don't know if it's public, but sure.
Oh, my bad.
Continue your question.
My question is, you're Davenport. Do you mix in more people? Do you try something new? What are you doing out here?
Well, they've kind of answered that question as Felton, looking a little upset as he's taken off the field. He took an injury sub, walked up to the line and said he's been taken off, and now AJ Porter in his stead. So that's who's joining the O-line right now. But to answer your question, I don't think anything changes. You've built an identity. You only have one loss on the year. That was to Michigan State. So build on what you've done during the season, continue that is what I would say. Porter. Well, finding Ballantyne. Dyer thought about it. That's Porter now who's joined this offensive group and finding Dyer once again. Porter tripping, making Dyer go another option, and then a bobble from Jamison that is going to result in a down call as that did hit the turf. Since Middlebury was up 5-2, it's been 5-5 since then. So since Davenport spotted that run, it's been pretty even. Jory Dahl looking deep. A little too far for two receivers that were hunting for that goal.
This is a gift for Davenport right now. They know that they need to get this hold. They need to get this hold to stay in it, to keep their team feeling fired up, feeling that they could believe.
Those hangs swatted by Mans, but a strip, I believe, is called by Jamison to the chagrin of the Middlebury crowd.
There's a reason why the spin was gone. I'm not strip. I feel as though I caught it. There's a reason why there was no spin on the disc when it went flying. At least the same time before. I don't think he's
Play is going to restart. Do not move. Play restarts with a check. Play restarts with a check. So it is going to be white ground touch to restart play. 20 seconds for Dark to pick up the disc and put it in play at the spot on the sideline.
Often you see players move after a call like that, but they are supposed to wait for the ground tap. Sam Shapiro, Kate Dare, Sebastian Miner, and Alan Baggish, your 4 observers for the semifinal contest. Piercy Kahn. This seems like a pretty big point right now. If Middlebury can get it, and they do just that, Mann's finding Rogers.
So just after we talked about how the game was even after that little bit of a break run that Middlebury had at the beginning, Middlebury heard us on the mic. They're like, you know what, bet we're gonna get another break right now. So an 11-7 right now in this semifinal. It's not impossible, of course. We've seen crazier things, especially in college. This is the most exciting part about this game, is the momentum shifts can swing so quickly. A 4-point lead, this part of the game, it would be pretty tough.
This Middlebury team is 6-1 against teams at this tournament. They have wins against Richmond twice, Wesleyan, and Bowdoin. Their only loss to a Division III team was to Elon. They also had some battles with some Division I qualifying teams like Carleton. So it's been, as we mentioned, a bit even since that run. The first break of the second half goes to the way of the Pranksters. They hold a 4-point advantage. There is the time there, folks, but just remember there's also no hard cap in this semifinal. Talk about D1 competition. It's been stated already that Davenport beat a D1 qualifying team, WashU Contra. Talking about on social media them moving up to the D1 scene. But right now, they're down 4. They were heavily favored coming to this tournament. Really backs against the wall for this Panthers side. Felton making an athletic grab. Putting this one out, looking for Peterson. Left hand grab. Huge hold. They needed that one badly.
Normally after you make a play like that, like a catch like that, like Felton did, to get up to make that touch IO leading flick, I would normally say maybe holster, maybe hit a dump, but that's not Felton's game. Don't want to change him.
Got the hold.
Look at the grab here. Flying catch, touch IO leading pass, and a pressured catch.
Piercy Kahn was trying to hunt in the area, that's for sure.
So Davenport with the necessary hold, still within 3. We've got Felton with 5 assists and 1 goal in this game. When their team only has 8 points, his hands have been everywhere all over this game.
He's threatening to be the top assist leader at this tournament. Jude Schmiesinger, Franciscan will have something to say about that as well. Those two are going at it for those assists lead at this tournament. And this championship has been full of some upsets. Saw a fellow scholarship program, Oklahoma Christian, going down early in their first pool play matchup with Claremont. That kind of shook the field complex by storm. Sometimes you see pool play go to seed, but certainly not at this year's edition. Quick movement here from the Pranksters. They've given up 1 break so far, but have 4 of their own. Bending around, finding Mans, working against Creed. Took an injury earlier, good to see him back on the field. Still yet to see Hartle though for this Middlebury side. Took an injury on that same point. DeVille Bodwin can't catch, it's gonna call a foul on Newman.
Looked like their legs got tangled up a little bit.
Uncontested foul from Newman. Swan Aaron's going up the line. Evades the bidding defender, getting the score.
Such a funny part about Ultimate when you have to wait for the observers to make that hand signal that you can rush the field, because you know you can't rush the field. If you rush the field too many times, you're gonna get carded. So after making a play like that, after a bid like that, to go 3, 2, 1, and then have to rush the field is such a funny thing that only Ultimate players really experience.
It's for us in the booth too, because we can't call it too early if, let's say, the observer is calling it not in bounds.
Yeah, 'cause especially when there's 4 of them, they all got to make eye contact. They got to make sure that they're all good to go. Everything's clear. Everyone's A-okay. All right, time to party.
And that allows us to shout out these observers who are here, giving up their time, making sure play runs smoothly. Also to all the volunteers at this tournament, whether it's the water that's being refilled, the scorekeeping, a lot of them helping make this tournament run. So big thank you goes out to them.
We've been getting a lot of positive feedback in the Ultiworld Discord about our team in orange, our observers, seemingly making the right call based on what our armchair critics, I think that's what they call them, at home think. And I would have to agree. It's been an absolute pleasure having them helping navigate these calls, explaining a lot of the rules, and just keeping the game moving.
Felton, center of the field. Taking on the marker, Rogers. Now it's in the hands of Rowan Jamieson with the ball. Colin Hill been a bit quiet here in the second half for this Davenport side. And Felton looking deep. Another big throw. Hits Alex Ballantyne.
If Felton is hurt, you can't really tell. Maybe his arm's fine, so it's easy to kind of throw these dots he's been throwing alternate long, finding one of his favorite receivers. Another look at that shot. Just such a quick release, such confidence in this. Now, one thing, if I'm Davenport, they gotta find a way to stop Middlebury's dominator 2v2 small ball in the end zone, whether they're switching, whether they're sloughing, just trying different matchups on those handlers. Right now they don't have an answer for it, and it's killing them.
Whitmer and the Panthers searching for a break. I know the Pranksters, the Middlebury team, they're called the Pranksters on both sides. The men's and women's side, but their actual official school mascot in the D3 division are the Panthers. So it's actually a Panthers versus Panthers battle, technically.
The Pranksters versus the Panthers, but it's actually Panthers.
Well, technically the official school mascot of Middlebury is the Panthers. Of course, their ultimate team called the Pranksters, long-standing tradition. Trying to build on that right now. They got a 3-point advantage. See the Davenport women's team trying to cheer on their squad as they try to usher the Panthers to a comeback. Very open. DeVille Bodwin finding Ned Cutler. Must have been a breakdown in defense there. Perhaps some confusion as teams have traded holds after the break to make it 11-7 for Middlebury. It's been 4 clean holds, 2 for each side.
It's feeling a little bit like this is getting out of reach. I know we still have lots of time left, but right now Middlebury is on the doorstep, 2 points away from victory, and they're punching their ticket to the final. We're gonna get another look at this first poll play. So if you pause here, it's clear that there's a little bit of a miscommunication. I'm not sure if everybody knows who their checks are, and so they end up leaving these players free on this side. So you can play it again. So we have an open player and then 3 players here with 2 defenders underneath them, just able to kind of get free without really having too much defense near them. So again, a timely mistake for Davenport to miss their matchups.
This Middlebury team lost out in quarters last year. Been to the finals 5 straight times since then. But before that, they had a silver medal finish in 2023, same thing in 2021. They've been at the semifinals a few times now, continuing their established tradition as Shanahan going deep looking for Hill. Some good pressure from DiLorenzo.
Yeah, it seems like Middlebury is quite aware of Davenport's desire to hit that long ball. They had 2 defenders on 1. It's very clear that they didn't really have any other options, or they weren't working hard enough to hit the break side, and that they were going to be electing to throw a deep shot.
Shanahan catches that one. Blinking, you'll miss it. Finding Hill.
Very close to a Callahan there, which, you know, if that's a Callahan, do you think that they get hyped up enough that they can get on that break train?
Oh, the proverbial Calla hold.
The Calla hold. Must be rare. Must be rare. But great defensive anticipation, obviously, to be able to pick that one off. And a very, very active mark. They're still not out this. They're still believing. They're still putting in all the effort there. They still believe they can do this. There's no hard cap in these games, so we can play forever. Gotta score to win here. Starting to hear more chants from the sideline. Fans are still in this, still engaged.
Jamison, an O-line player, crossing over, so is Dyer. No Felton. I think he's going to be mostly playing offense the rest of this way. We'll see. Offside's called. Giving some extra yards once again. This is the second time, so it's actually going to go a little bit further than where it was previously. Middle of the field for Mans. Going to have to pile up some breaks if they're going to win here. Around to DeVille Bodwin. Melamed. Trying to be patient in this red zone. DeVille Bodwin slicing it through, finding the freshman, Oscar DeSwan-Aarons. 1 point away now.
So Davenport going to need to have a hold and 4 breaks to be able to come away with this. And I'd like to say that's impossible, but if anyone was watching D1 College Nationals last year, you'd know that nothing is impossible, especially in semifinals. So many of these players in Middlebury playing the game of their lives right now. Pretty good timing for it.
Got a calm confidence to seeing that from Lewis DeVille Bodwin. 3 goals, 5 assists. 3 straight clean holds, despite the pressure Davenport's trying to add with some of those O-line crossovers, have yet to be able to do so.
I'd like to see Davenport maybe helping a little bit more in end zone, kind of clogging up that space. It's clear that there's some players in the end zone that are not as involved, and being able to kind of slough off and help would help them maybe generate a little bit more pressure. Middlebury's just scoring the same way over and over and over again.
Disc being switched out here. And keep in mind, they're doing all this without Ger Hartle quarterbacking their offense. Went off with an injury when Kai Creed also went down. Kai Creed's since been back on the field. Hartle has not. The recipe is simple. Get the hold, and then you got to get 4 straight breaks if you're Davenport. Easier said than done from the booth though, Danny. Felton has Jamison. Great grab from Rowan Jamison.
That's the first hold, so now 4 breaks. No worries. I want to shout out how consistent Felton is in his approach to the game. Doesn't matter whether they're up a bunch, whether it's tight, whether it's tie, or they're down 4. Shooters got to shoot. And you kind of got to love that moxie.
Been throwing a lot of flicks before that, but airing out the backhand here on the backhand force. Jamison drawing a little bit afterwards with a little swagger. Felton now, I mean, it's score or go home, so he's going to be out on defense.
Okay, backs are against the wall now. Davenport needs to really find any last ounce of effort, intensity, vigor that they have left is all on the line.
Standard offensive line with LDB as their addition with Hartle out. Jamison's out there. Herney, Felton on the pole, Creed. Valentine in shade. The last player is Connor Concannon for that 7. Vertical stack look from the Pranksters. A great bit of time from Creed. Got to get up to set the mark, does so. A switch downfield as player was going deep in Gavin Rice. Trying to be patient right now is this Middlebury side. Man's going up the line. Instead, it's over to Cutler. Cutler looking for Newell Bodwin. And they're back to the final. The Pranksters knock off the 1 seed. They win 15-11.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Being able to knock off the #1 seed in a 15-11 in a semifinal is no small feat. This Middlebury team is going to be brimming with confidence heading into finals tomorrow.
What a game from their offensive line, especially in the second half. Did not get broken. 4 straight clean holds to end the contest. A game to remember for LDB and the rest of this Middlebury side. After a hiatus last year, knocked out in quarters, they're back to the final. Searching for their first title since the 2019 season. Davenport's dominant year comes to a close in terms of their title hopes. Much favored. We talked about them being top 15 in the rankings overall, including D1. But the title hopes dashed for the Panthers with this strong Middlebury side.
All right, we have 10 total break chances to 7 break chances for Davenport. What do you want to think most about? Obviously 4 breaks to 1, that is the game right there, but anything else stand out to you at all?
Generating those break chances were Middlebury and taking advantage of them early, going on that 5-2 run. That was a huge catalyst for the scoreline the way it is. They got 1 break in the second half to make it 11-7, and their offense being smooth, even with the absence of Hartle, able to make things through. As they're off to the final, an absence last year like I mentioned, but we're joined by Lewis, DeVille, Bodwin. LDB, we called you all day. You're headed to the final. Put into words what that means for your program.
Oh man, I mean, all season long we were talking about how the goal for this season isn't necessarily winning. Winning's like, you know, a castle in the sky. It's uncontrollable. We don't know who we're going to play. But what we can control is reaching our potential. And this game felt like a lot of that right there. So we're feeling so excited going in tomorrow, having we're at the doorstep of the summit here.
Now, you have 4 goals and 5 assists in this game alone, And a large part of that is your team's ability to play not only like the long game, but obviously that small space end zone. It didn't seem like Davenport had an answer to that. So what do you do to kind of train that sort of system, and then why are you having so much success there?
Oh man, we just have a lot of excellent players, and so when we get to this point in the tournament, we still have legs, and that first step really counts in small spaces. You see Peter Mans, I mean, he's unstoppable at the front cone.
Talk about the crowd, because the crowd, a lot of Middlebury Pranksters fans in the audience, really drove a lot of that momentum, especially when you went up 5-2 there. Just give a big shout out and talk about them.
Oh man, I mean, I'd like to think Middlebury Pranksters have the best support in college ultimate. We have so many alum, we have our women's team, we have so many parents. A lot goes on behind the scenes and a lot goes on the sideline to keep our energy high and to get us to this point in the tournament.
Final question here, Lewis. As you head to the final, what's the messaging for your team as you look to bring back another title over to Middlebury, Vermont?
Oh man, I mean, we talked a lot the night before the tournament about just the appreciation we have to be part of this group. I think it's rare for a team to be 26 best friends, and we're definitely that. So we have one more day to appreciate that. We earned one more day of our season here. That's what it's going to be all about, love tomorrow.
All right, LDB, go get some rest. You're going to need it as you take on the final tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
What a contest here, a thrilling battle. Hey, the other semis going on right now. Lewis and Clark Carleton. Go a little double screen here, ultiworld.com. Check that out. The final will be tomorrow as well, streamed on Ultiworld. So take all that in. Middlebury, 15-11 victors. What a contest. DeVille Bodwin had him in the postgame, and he had a great contest right now. Really driving a lot of their offense, making some defensive plays on top of that. Davenport, what a season, but you have to feel like they left something in the tank. They're favored throughout the year, coming to this tournament, but Middlebury remains undefeated. What are your final thoughts, Danny?
It was just a battle of a team that is playing team defense and a team that is trying to win with their athleticism alone, and it's no contest.
No contest indeed, as Middlebury riding that momentum into the final, defeating the 1 seed Davenport Panthers by a score of 15-11.